Okay. Tuwalamusiza abatulaba era it's been a long week for very many people, and era nga bulijjo, as usual, we try to talk about issues that matter, issues that we are all concerned about. Kakati olwaleero issue etuleese ya nsonga nkulu tebatera jjogerako naye ate it affects a lot of people, ensonga ya depression. Weewaawo tetuli ba psychiatrist, tetuli ba science, tetuli ba kakensa, but we go through these things. Ate nsuubira nti abantu abasinga naddala ku mbeera eriwo ojja kulaba nga bayise mu mbeera eno olumba baba tebagimanyi nga tebategeera kigenda mu maaso. Abamu bagita stress, aba bagita okwennyika ekibeerabeera, like it has different terms, but at the end of the day it is depression. So what is depression? So that's what we're going to be talking about today, depression, and everything we can talk about concerning the topic. So depression. Era nkomyo ne mukulu wa phone era tuze tuwayewayeemu omukulu Sseremba Alex tusanise okulaba sewo. Kakati mukama wange ensonga eno gye twogeddeko era kyemmanyi era nga nawe gye wangalidde ogirabye oba osanga oba ogiyiseemu naawe ogimanyiiko, so gye tugenda okwogerako. So kakati depression kyeki? What is depression? Nga gwe kigambo ekyo oba gwe olina ttaamu ndala gyewakituuma?
Oluzungu nyinza oba sirumanyi nnyo. But I think depression is a state of hopelessness. I think it's that state of the mind,
yes,
where someone is completely hopeless about anything, whether it is positive or negative. That person is already hopeless. Now, that is, I don't think that is the formal definition of the same, but that's how I actually understand it. The gist about it is that it is detrimental.
Detrimental.
Yeah, this state of the mind, when someone is totally hopeless, when someone feels everything is against them, actually someone can die of the same, or can cause harm to their environment. That's how I can. And as in fact, you get the kigambo kwennyika in Luganda.
In Luganda, you call it okwennyika.
What you call okwennyika. Someone who is isolated, yenyise takyalowoozayo nti there is tomorrow. You see, it is very common nowadays, and people be like, ye katonda naye gyali. At a moment when someone believes that even God is non-existent, indeed, that is a state
like,
of
where is he when I need him? Questions like that, they come up.
Most of the times, you will find that most of us have been depressed in one way or the other, but by the grace of God, we peruse through, minus our knowledge. Unfortunately, majority of the people that are found in this state,
yes,
they actually find themselves in the same without acknowledging it. It is until when it is at a given stage, it is actually not the subjects that see it, but the public that say, this one, there is a musician, Bebe Cool. He has a song with Kabaka Mwako. Somewhere he says that Nana Gwedaru, Asoka Kwogera Nitokolachi, Nitumanya. Most times people who are depressed, they keep quiet, they isolate themselves, they feel like the world is against them, they feel like there is no tomorrow. So as a matter of fact, they die silently.
They die inside.
They die silently from the inside. By the time you realize it in society or in public, that actually this person is off, sometimes it is already too late.
Okay. So, Kati, so this is just to clear the air. The question of depression and stress. Would you say they are the same things? Depression and stress? Depression. I am stressed. I am depressed.
No, they are not the same, but closely related.
They are closely related.
Because most of the times, too much stress or overstressing oneself actually causes this state of helplessness, a state of hopelessness. So they may not be the same, But we cannot talk about depression minus talking about stress. Maybe we can talk about stress alone. But this stress thing is a raw material for depression.
It is the first hit.
It is one of the hits, not the first hit, because there are many things that actually cause the same. But of course, when you are stressed, when you overstress yourself about anything, you call it, be it money, be it employment, be it about disease, whatever, because there are many causes of this state of mind. However, what it causes to us is first, we get stressed.
Actually, there's somebody who described it in the best way, actually. It was a quote. You may see me smiling on the outside, but in the inside, I'm dying.
Voila. You see,
so
someone talked about, depression falls under what we call mental health. And so this person was describing mental health as the pivot of human life. The pivot of human life. Nti obulamu bwaffe abantu kuli kwe tuzinira we kaviirawo tuba tukola kikati obwongo, endowooza y'obwongo bwo ng'omuntu, endowooza yo ku bintu, endaba ye ey'ebintu yeyo gye tuyita mental health. Obwongo bwe engeri gye bukolamu gwe okusobola okukozesa obusobozi bwe okukwasaganya oba like coordinating issues in society kintu kikulu nnyo. Kakati obwongo buno bubeera depressed, bufa. Actually, may call it mental sickness, not even madness, because madness, there are a number of psychiatric reasons that lead to that.
You say it's a final product. Madness is a final product.
It is one of the products, not the major product. Right? Because sometimes people, they may not be depressed, but they run mad. Those are brain-related issues. Okay, but here we cannot talk about still depression, and one of the effects is what is madness. And people are mad. Recently, I read in the New Vision, I think, or Observer, they were saying like 15 million Ugandans have an issue or two as far as mental health is concerned.
Wallahi, olaba olobera kukubaawo nosanga omusajja nga ine motoka nnungi mugagga n'akola ekintu n'ayita ku banne kataba kola n'ogamba naye no ategeera bulungi wala ebintu bye bakola mu kkubaawo n'ogamba naye no onayambadde essuuti naye just ayina ekyamu ku
that one takes you to this fact.
Ekyo nakyo osimanyi oba okisanga nokyala n'okyebuuza.
The fact is every one of us in the community, every one of us is a potential candidate of depression. That's why it is very important for all people, all of us, we must do a thing or two to help our brothers, our sisters, our mothers, and whoever is in this state of mind. Otherwise, if you leave someone to go that way when you are saying them, the effects are actually universal. They are not so specific. Most times what a depressed person does not affect him or her. They actually affect the society. Okay?
So speaking of help, when you're talking about help, Ogambie at the beginning that one of the biggest tendencies of people who are depressed is they don't want to talk about it. Sometimes you see this person smiling, naye ng'omulaba aseka nga olaba buli kimu kiriki ate kinokola nti omusajja yeekoze ekikyamu eggulo ekiro. Kirabye nnyo mu bavubuka. Nobeera ng'omuvubuka omulaba museka munyumya nkolera ku kyo nakolera buli kimu musanyu eringi. Enkya ne bagamba omusajja abadde egenda kwekola kino. Okiraba. So kati ojja kwesanga obuzibu obusinga bwe tulina nti n'omuntu gw'oyagala oyamba tagamba nti alina ekizibu naye ate omuntu oyo omunenya kubanga tayogera nti buva ku ki omuntu okubanga alina ekimutawaanya n'atagamba muntu kumuyamba. Nobeera ng'owulira obulumi naye nga tosobola kukyogera.
Ndowooza ffe ng'abantu mu nsi ffe tusinza oleeta embeera eyo okubeera nti our children no longer talk with us about anything. Our mothers, our fathers, our friends, they no longer talk to us about anything because most of us are hypocrites. How? In a sense that we are living in a judgmental society. Most of the times when someone comes to you with an issue that requires a solution, the first step to solving that solution is to understand the person. it is not to judge. So why am I saying that this spirit of judging each and every one has caused people to think that it is okay if I tell this person my challenge, he's going to tell another person about my challenge. It is,
and the problem will become even much bigger.
You know, there is something that worries. Imagine I have a problem, I need some money. It's a common behavior today.
Yes.
That you have to first ask me, what do you need it for? Then I have to explain, school fees, rent. Then you be like, I've asked for example, 300,000. You're like, okay, I'll give you 50. Okay, no problem. And I have to say thank you to you. But then after 3 days, as I pass around, I find someone who tells me, hey, we don't sasula rent bulijjo. You feel like the other person betrayed you. Because you could have told others, but you chose to talk to this person. So this issue, that's why actually the youths are the people that are faced with this challenge, that they find issues, but they cannot tell others about them. But of course, me, I would encourage anyone, if you find yourself in a state of being stressed about this, about that, whatever you call it, most of the times, find someone you can share. They say that a problem shared is half solved.
Yes.
Naturally.
Yes, sir.
So, of course, much as people are judging all their judgment, not everyone is like that. Sometimes we get help from our friends. Actually, we must even acknowledge the fact that we are not the first to be in this state of depression or whatever. As long as you have something called life and you want to live it,
that is true.
You're going to find somewhere, somehow. You can be a student, you can be a businessman, you can be a parent. You find parents sometimes. I have one of my relatives recently called me, children, they have become this and that. Abana chichista bakolede, batadem school fees, etc. You feel like this person has pain. But this parent has forgotten that all the 20 years before, these children were kids. They were under him. Now that they are 20 plus, they think they know. And this stage requires a different tactic.
Yes.
You don't need to use the same old tactics to solve issues of the new problems. You get? So with the depression, with the stress, with mental health, whatever it is that you are going through as a person, or if you know someone that is going through this, please talk to them with kindness. Show them that you are their refuge. Open yourself, even when they are wrong. Because if we don't do this as a community, as a society, tomorrow it is going to be our child. If you ask me, most of the depression casualties that I've seen, they are from the rich families. Most of the suicidal cases that I've seen, they are from the rich families. It's not about even lack of money alone. You see people in Uganda here, on average, children start the thing called love at 13 years. If you have a 13-year-old at your home, please be aware that they actually know, or they have started to engage in this. Already we have a society that condemns this with the reasons that are justifiable. Unfortunately, the challenges that are found in this new journey called love, even the old people cry. No one.
Omwami owa boda. Omanyi we should credit those border men. Because somehow there are people you actually feel free to talk to, because you'll never meet this person again. So you find that most people share more when they're on these borders. So whenever I'm on this border, I talk to these guys. So one border man told me, Muganda wange, omukazi yaya nakomayo wa mukazi. But as we were sharing, waliwo gundi ewe mutuka ne mwogera n'olabanga bambye omusajja omuyambye nti actually the talk you've had n'onvayo n'omwana essente zo n'omusasula n'agamba naye mwana webale kirungi kitwogedde.
Kintu ekyo kyoyogedde kikulu. Tunaafunayo obudde obulala. Guno omulamu ankusaba busabe tuddemu tugufulire obudde.
Mwanvu nnyo.
Tebumala. Manyi lwaki? Abasajja abavuga boodabooda olwaleero 90%. They are the representative of what is going on in this country. Because once you sit, he will tell you everything about him, my family, my wife, mayi munange akaana kange nze simanyi namagezi genfunye ku basajja abo kuba kubuulira muganda wange zaalayo omanyi kino kiriba ekiti muganda wange ne bambi batta omutima kyetwayise okwennyika obeera awo nga tolina gwogamba era ababooda abo kyovulaba omunyiiza ekintu eki n'akugamba ekigambo kyotasobola kuddamu mu bantu bwe n'ogamba abo baabweba naye there is a cause. Let me tell you, the moral fiber of our society has totally degenerated. And one of the reasons why
our society is to blame for this thing.
We are all the society.
Okay, of course, we are part of it, but
everyone.
That's why we say our.
No, I can tell you with the authority, I think the biggest cause of depression is false judgment.
So society
must learn to understand, to appreciate people the way they are.
What do you mean? Because that's a very, very tricky statement. Understand people the way they are.
For
it
example,
means how do you say tolerance? To be tolerant. You get
of course, to a given extent. This is what I'm trying to say.
Tolerance.
For example, a young man that is fond of using drugs. Okay, he has just started. When we find them, what we say to them determines whether they are going to continue or to stop. Okay? Because for them, they have already started the journey of taking marijuana or something. So what we say to them is a determinant of the result. Okay? Someone who has just gotten pregnant, why should they be bashed? They are already there. You see, as a parent, I'm sorry to say this, by the time your child has, how do you call it, has gotten pregnant,
has messed up, so
you call it mess, whatever you want.
Messing up.
Actually, to me, I say, by the time your child has grown, if you think it is wrong, you have already failed. Because you didn't teach them to become that.
I can question scenario. Let me give you a scenario. So this is a case study. Let's say it's a staunch Christian family. They have raised their children as Christians who follow principles of Christianity. Omwana atuuka at a certain level, for example, he or she, they start doing certain things like drugs or even getting pregnant. So kati on a parent, muzadde, this parent doesn't know even how to advise this person because the parent doesn't know. Naye abiraba ku TV nti okunywa enjaayi, okunywa omwenge, abawala bafuna embuto ne bakola biki, all that stuff. Abiraba ku TV because principles akuza agoberera ndala. So kati naye abatamanyi kyakikolera because being tolerant alaba ateeta abakola nsobi. So iyo dilemma ne conflict eri mu kintu ekyo.
Kati oli mutuufu muganda wange, ekibuuzo ekyo kigaziyemu kuba kirimu elements nyingi. Kirimu eddiini, kirimu behavior. It is very easy for you to be raised in a Christian family but when you're not a Christian. Because Christianity is for the heart, not for the body. Unfortunately, most of the families depict it on the outside, okay? But inside, they are raising a different person. The question is, why should you always castigate your children with Christian principles, but they are doing otherwise? Either you are not a Christian, or you have to pray for them, okay? Recently, I saw the pastor praying for a witch doctor, and none of them was shocked. I was like, now, who has powers, the witch doctor or the pastor? I was confused with this. There was some scenario recently. Now, our dear parents, honestly speaking, you're right. Sometimes they don't know what to do. Now, when you don't know what to do, what steps? Are they kujayo chiboko? Because chiboko, in a stage where koma, are you going to just abuse them and see, chonala uja chiraba? We have this talk, the cursing, we have cursed our children, and that's what you see today. Chonala uja chiraba. No. You have already uttered this bad luck on this kid. If you, the parent, the first lawyer of my life is my parent, is someone that must defend me in all aspects. Now that the lawyer has disowned,
given up on you,
then where do you leave this kid? We might argue that in the past they used to beat children and all that. It's okay, but this is child you have not beaten for the last 10 years. You're going to start now? No. What do? Talk to this. They are mental health practitioners. Go to them. There is counseling and guidance. This is a discipline that we actually despise, but very crucial for everyone. The rich and the poor, the educated and the uneducated, the working and the unemployed. We all need counseling. So these services, most especially government centers, they are there. Go for them. Learn to befriend these children. Ask them, my son, what about the drugs? Oh, mommy, this and this. Okay, let us do it like this. Okay? Show them hope. Don't condemn them, because you know that at a given stage when you're a kid, you think that what you are doing is hurting your parents. Unfortunately, it comes back to you when you're 40 years, even when some of your parents have left. So now that you, the parent, knows it, because the kid doesn't know it, you, the parent, that you know it, you must do your job. You see, parenting does not stop at school fees. I told you the last time, it is about motivation, advocacy, monitoring, support, and others. Parenthood it ends the day your child goes deep in the ground. It doesn't stop. Okay, that's why most of the time when we need something like some command, you have to call Mzee. You be like, Mzee Chiganye. Mzee Chikozechi. Chiganye. That's parenting again. So we should not feel sorry. Olwokuba tufunya baganda bagamba nti tuzaala mubiri tuzaala ki myoyo ate enda muwogo yezaala abalungi n'ababi. However, bino ebintu bigabirekawo obulesi kuba zitera agenda bitereeza. These children you see that are taking kakola now, enkwacho. My favorite musician now is you're going to blame Aryan and his group, but trust me, this is what he has grown up seeing. This is who he is. You are not going to force him to become you get? That's actually the judgment that we have in our society has caused this problem. Now that we know, we must stop judging our children. We must stop judging our parents. Some of us, we have fathers that are actually suffering. They have issues with mother, then we take side. My friend, young man, young woman, first understand.
Okay. Sagala point enkulu nyaga twogereko kibayita false cure. When it comes false cure, okwonyezebwa okwekikwangala. Ne bagamba nti kola woti for example, a lot of people bagenda mu zino rehabs, is rehab. Kati with that depression ne bamuwa empeke bazita antidepressants. Ozimanyi? Kati ezempeke zijanche zikola gundi hormones eziblocking ezo serotonin ezileta gundi ezo. So kati omwana watandika ate empeke ezo ajasanga nga mira I think for the rest of their lives to be okay kubanga atukanga watazimize ziri hormones zijja kuzi baba zitadde zijjanga mukka oba kitegera kati ne wesanga nti omwana atuuka nagamba tezikola nazivaako ne kyononeka nti enensonga nkulu nnyo nti kiwa nyingi nnyo ziri false. Social media abantu bagamba social media mwana nyamba kuva ku stress nemberanga mwana stress zigize biki nate ogenda olaba wojongero jiga olaba nga ate naye kyongera so kati kiwa eyo kintu ekyo kitupata binga fenna
amanyi. They say that learning never ends. In Uganda we have a saying, dinaganafa bagasalira essubi. Aganafa gabamenvu gavamu omwenge.
The banana. So they can make alcohol out of them.
So even if it's going to be messy, they are going to be a mess.
Yeah.
Already the grass is cut. Okay. Again, to
make the alcohol so that people can
these
start
antidepressants,
taking care of their depression.
We cannot go with them because they may not help a subject A, but they can help a subject C. Okay? Because also they are given at different stages. Secondly, there is addiction, there is depression, there is stress. I think the next time we have to define these things distinctively.
Addiction, depression,
stress, these mental disorders, whatever we call it, they are different things. Now, antidepressants, they are okay. Me, I support them. Whoever can access them in a way that is prescribed by a doctor, a professional doctor, okay? Not just take them from home. That is number one. You talked about social media. You studied about leisure, did you, in the divinity of CRE? Leisure in a changing society. Of course, we use social media for a number of reasons. We all have different objectives for social media use. Some of them, to be honest, some people are healed by social media because they go there, they can laugh, they can see the world in it's, you are here, you can see what's going on in America, Nigeria, what. I think the issue must be about the choice of what you see. Okay? If you are following everyone, you are going to confuse yourself. You must choose things that actually contribute to your growth as a person. On social media, they are varied. There are things, though there is content that actually subtract something from you. You see, we say mental health is the pivot of human life. Now, if this pivot is shaky, you are actually going to consume the unnecessary. So they are propagandists.
So information overload.
There are people who are saying so many things. Second, we are forgetting some other thing. We are blessed that, for example, here in Uganda, at least most of us belong to a given region, 1 or 2. One thing that we have lost is our touch with God, to be honest. If and only if we stop over-expecting from humanity and still go back to expect from divinity, trust me, our levels of depression, whatever, stress about life, because this life ends, my friend.
And there are no new problems.
There is nothing new before the Lord, our Creator. Okay? Most of the times when we shun God, that's when the devil actually becomes active in us. It is the devil that tells you that this problem you have is not going to end. My friend, whatever it is, be it drugs, be it prostitution, it can end. Okay? We have examples. People have been there and they have healed. You see today this gentleman, Chutikai. We shall talk about those public figures. Okay? This guy had reached a point where he can actually steal. Thanks to those who actually never judged him, but actually offered to help him.
And so, thanks to him for not giving up himself, up himself on himself.
Voilà.
Ne muganda wange akatale ke kagali tulina kubaliriza byonna kyensobola okwogera summarizing biri too much of anything. Because olaba kati social media ine ebirungi byayo na n'ebibi naye ate ogikozesa ennyo ate kifuuka kibi. N'otuuka ng'olimu kunoonyereza kigenda mu maaso ettake mu kabuga bwe kati ebizibu ebiriyo. Naye nga tonna kyosa kikolera. Naye bagamba nti munne kino ebizibu gye kiri mu ttake naye nga tonna onoonya byaki ebyo.
Akati olaba tomujajinga. Oyina mugamba nti waliwo kino kikuwa essanyu. Kiwulirize oba kirabe. Osegeera. Like ebiseera ebisinga tosobola kujajinga muntu kikyala. Owe munne ebitusanyusa byanjawulo. Olwo ebitasobola kwogera n'abantu ebibasanyusa. Gwe kitambula ekiro amabala nga
ebiwaawaza amatu.
Wakati gwe oyinza kuba nga oli otamiira naye ng'ogamba social media ali bubi nnyo. Social media erina ebirungi. Kuliko even ba motivational speakers. Abo baggayi bakola omulimu mu society gweta mitegeera. Ng'oyinza okibitwala ng'ebyokusaanga. Naye bambi abantu abamu bayambiwa olw'aboogezi abo. Era nze abantu bawa credit. Kubanga obeerawo ng'ensi ekukutte nze waliwo omwami bamuyita Mufti Menk. Omuzimbabwe oyo.
Omuzungu oyo mwana.
Okuggyako ng'era gwe bw'otyo bw'olina okubeera. Naye bw'omuwuliriza oba n'ogezaako okola vidiyo tosigala kye kimu. Kati mbadde luli nkyagamba ku point tetulina kulekerera nnyo bwa Katonda buno. Ffenna ensi rotating about that. I don't care which religion. Okay? I really don't care. I care about the fact that you need help or I can actually help you.
Kituufu muganda kati tipana tusimye nnyo era emboozi tetugenda gimayo olwaleero naye netuyinza tujja kukoma twongere wano oluddako. But at least now we understand a little bit what it is and we are all affected. Sejjaamu tewejjaamu ffenna ensi tukuba keko kyekimu.
Naye tulina tetuva ku gaadi tulina olemezaamu.
Ensi kuba onosuka n'ogwako n'owungamu n'ozuuka buzuukusi luvannyuma n'ogaakati.
Akayimba ka Bobi kagamba nti osobola.